I want to take you back now to Canberra. Cattle Australia is giving evidence to that snap inquiry into federal firearms reforms.
Consequence of this gun legislation. So, and if it is, well, then we would have something quite strong to say about that, given the need for a range of people to be able to reload their own ammunition to ensure that they have cost-effective tools available to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. Look, one of the elements that also concerns me is I've just spent time in the floods of North Queensland, and we've also just talked about the the fires in southern Australia, both locations where the use of different kinds of firearms has been a very necessary part of managing animal welfare in those places. I'm also concerned, though, about mental health for farmers, graziers, recreational shooters. I'm told I'm getting a wave of people contacting me saying that they feel that they are being disenfranchised, that their livelihood and their preferences are under attack. And indeed, we just had evidence earlier this afternoon from somebody who said that 6% of the population shouldn't determine what the rest of the population's views were on firearms. I guess this is my biggest concern, is that farmers and graziers and so forth will consistently be told and patted on the head, don't worry, this won't change anything you do. But of course, it's the straw that breaks a camel's back of feeling under attack and misunderstood. Anyway, that was a very long statement. I guess I would like to ask you, would you speak to what your views are from the farming organisations, the cattle organisations on exactly this matter?
Farmers, unfortunately, we have had to get used to being under attack because we're under attack from various aspects all around the time. We've got, sometimes it's legislative, sometimes it's ill-informed groups that don't like what we do. And I guess what you're saying about feeling under attack once again is something that we want to represent our members, and the NFF's members are the organisations around Australia that have the farmers as their members. So we are basically the next level up from representing the farmers, but we get information from every farmer organisation around the country. And yes, there will be this feeling that why should we have to give anything because we didn't do anything wrong, none of our people did anything wrong. That is a feeling that may become common around regional and rural Australia. But I guess we also need to be responsible citizens and realise that something does need to happen because of the tragic scenario we saw in Bondi. We are representing our members, trying to make sure that it doesn't affect our ability to do business, and we also have to monitor that and point out to people that yes, something has to happen, but we are not the ones that should have to give up our equipment that we need to conduct our businesses just because of what happened. It's a double-edged sword. We need to be aware of what happened and probably make the appropriate adjustments that are needed, but we also certainly need to be aware that we're not limiting agriculture to produce feed and fibre.
So,
Chris, have you...
Senator, if I could maybe just add there is a feeling, I think, that the series of reforms following Port Arthur have not even been completed. We don't have a national firearms register. One of, probably, in my view, one of the more important reforms from those that were put in place. So I think there's a feeling, well, here we go again with a whole lot of reforms and a whole lot of changes when we haven't even completed, the governments haven't even implemented the last lot of changes. So again, I think there is a level of angst, I wouldn't say anger or anything like that out there. Like Chris said, people recognise the responsibilities to manage their own firearms, the legal firearms, which is a tool they need, in an appropriate fashion. But we'd also like to see where reforms are put in place that they're completed and they're completed before more reforms are put in place. And on top of that, we'd also like to see that there is evidence that the current laws are being enforced appropriately, because it appears to me, as a concerned observer, that there may have been some challenges with the manner in which legislation and those gun laws have been both administered and enforced. So if we can be part of improving things, we welcome that opportunity. It's pretty hard to have that opportunity when you're told yesterday to appear here and we don't even have a necessary briefing that sits around what is a very complex piece of legislation that involves not just firearms, I'm sure, as you know, and you've been hearing today and yesterday about the whole range of other issues covered in this omnibus bill.
I think your point...
OK, that's that snap inquiry into federal firearms reforms. There was Dr Chris Parker from Cattle Australia, a National Farmers Federation representative too, speaking about farmers being impacted negatively by the sweeping reforms.